you know, no shade, but it was a couple of SDs.
Yeah, it's a couple of quick SDs from Chag, yeah. But otherwise, they look super strong.
Yeah, but coming on up, I do believe, is that Sisqui sitting down?
Yeah, it's Mr. R and Sisqui. They told me they were pairing earlier. Very scary team. I don't know if they're doing Sheik's Dark Samus or maybe Aegis Dark Samus. I don't know the play at the moment.
But either way, the dynamic is just like, hey, Dark Samus, I'm going to play back. I'm going to get charge shot up multiple times throughout the course of it. And whenever you're jumping, I'm going to make sure to shoot the charge shot on the ground. If you're on the ground, I'm going to cover jumps with it. You can just dominate the stage if you give them the space to do it. So similarly to the last game, the question is, how can you break up that front line and that back line?
Yeah, it just must be so scary to just deal with. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to deal with, like you said, keeping that charge shot in the back all the time. You know, it doesn't matter if I shoot one, I'm just going to get another one in the back. You got to deal with an insane amount of pressure that Mr. R always puts on, regardless of the character that he uses, you know?
For sure. So we're going to be seeing that. We're waiting for them to jump on into it. Sisqui and Mr. R, one of the top seeds of doubles, if not number 1, number 2, number 3, somewhere up there for sure. And going up against their opponents who I don't exactly know who they are quite yet, but I'm going to quickly get the info on deck.
They look happy to be here, that's what I'm going to say. I don't know who they are, but they look happy to be here, so they must have had a decent run at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. So this is team, oh my god, that is a funny little character, Sinayoki. I butchered that. And this team consists of course, the players ZartZu and Kekkeri.
Oh, ZartZu, I believe that was a Little Mac at one point. I don't know if he still plays them, but I'm pretty sure ZartZu was a Little Mac. From EU, I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, my bad, but I'm pretty sure he once played Little Mac at one point.
I feel like such an ignorant American caster just jumping on you and being like, yeah, I know these Europeans.
Well, regardless, they must be like decent players, obviously, to be in this position at the moment. I'm guessing this is a top 8 qualifier?
Yes, yeah, this is to be able to get into the top 8. So, you know, big opponent ahead of you.
Winner's side as well, so.
Yeah. Big opponent ahead of you. You got some big shoes to fill going into this one. The question is, okay, so assuming ZartZu is going to be playing Little Mac, a lot of Little Macs fell off, and thank goodness they did. And onto greener and more ethical pastures. But assuming that's going to be the case, assuming we're operating off of the knowledge that we have presented in front of us, getting off stage in this matchup in doubles is going to be tough, dude. Coming back onto stage against Dark Samus to begin with is difficult. As Little Mac?
Yeah. I mean, I always say, like, when you play a character that you know has a weakness like that where it's off stage, I feel like you kind of have to center your gameplay around, okay, I just don't want to be put off stage. So I feel like with a character like Little Mac, who is so annoyingly good on the ground, I feel like if ZartZu is playing Little Mac, he's just going to be darting all around. Doesn't want to be in any ledge or left or right ledge position. He just want to be in center stage, doing his thing, annoying the opposition in Mr. R and Sisqui.
Yeah, and the thing is also, in doubles, you also don't necessarily get the opportunity to be able to go out there for those really deep edge guards, because oftentimes you have to prioritize helping out your teammate. But with that being said, everybody, we're jumping into game number 1 in this double set, and it was not as you anticipated. It's going to be Banjo-Kazooie, whose Wonder Wing is an excellent doubles tool. That thing is a disruptor through and through.
Interesting out of all the zoners that someone would play, they would play Banjo in doubles. I feel like with like a slow character like Banjo, maybe he opts for maybe a quicker teammate. I don't know, maybe it's something that can help him, but regardless, it's going to be kind of hard for him to get in. I feel like Banjo's kind of slow, so it's going to be hard to deal with fast-paced characters like Aegis, right?
Yeah, and side B, such a good move, but then if you do like hit somebody and the other opponent is still there ready to hit you with that down smash, they can just reset at a moment's notice, coming back onto stage with that Wonder Wing yet again, rolling past Sisqui though. But I've got to say, Mr. R and Sisqi's damage output is so difficult to match. They have a huge % lead.
You can see some little tricks from the Banjo and ZartZu, just getting a grenade in his hand to throw it straight away immediately, not even trying to cook it, just getting rid of it. But already only has one Wonder Wing left, by the way, so I note that.
Yeah, what a follow-up there, just to be able to get that Wonder Wing off that, I believe, a grab release as well.
Yep.
That was a really creative follow-up, but now Mr. Iron Sisqui, very gentle lead, one that is definitely volatile, susceptible to change. Normally Wonder Wings left, and that's going to be one of Sisqi's stocks gone, keeping it nice and even.
Bro, ZartZu's letting these Wonder Wings absolutely fly, bro. No hesitation. Usually people keep it in the back, maybe as a last-ditch effort. This guy is just throwing it out, you know, why not?
Yeah, you got potentially, you know, 5 whole stocks with you, potentially 25, if assuming you steal your teammate's stocks, which would be definitely quite the decision make. But right now, Kekkeri not able to get that dash grab as he was looking for. Okay.
and you see the setup that Mr. R and Sisqui keep going for when they're on the ledge is that Mr. R is going to be at the back, I believe, while Sisqui is going to keep pressuring with that charge shot, you know, scaring. You know, if you don't want to be on the ledge against both of them, either way, but regardless, they've got that game plan set out, and I feel that's going to like set them above other doubles teams, because they, you know, when you have a game plan that you stick to, it's going to be super hard to deal with that consistency if you're the opposition.
Oh, for sure, and that's going to be an upbeat to take off that stock, especially at 190%, more than enough to be able to do it. And now the next one that's going to lose that stock is going to be Link. So Kekkeri, you have to play back, you have to be careful. But good old Dark Samus, that upbeat, do not be functioning.
Yeah, definitely fortunate for Kekkeri there just to fall out. Didn't really get the bigger punish out of it, but Sisqui in a lot of trouble at the moment. Needs to go back to stage, but don't know how he's going to do that. Woo. Tries to land with a down B to be ambiguous, but instead gets met with that Wonder Wing. And ZartZu and Kekkeri keeping a really good job at the moment with this ledge play.
Oh, but coming in with that dash attack, going to be eating another F tilt right now. ZartZu staying alive, as is Kekkeri. They have a lead. They have a stock lead. But Kekkeri needs to continue to stock tank, but not if you whiff those up smashes. But F smash from across the stage, not enough to be able to kill. Tries to use that neutral B to get a bit of space, but finally that's going to be it. Sisqui landing down with a hitbox, able to get that stock off. But this is a little bit more even than I would have anticipated it being.
Honestly, I'm actually very impressed with Red Team. Kekkeri's been taking a lot of stops with these dash attack, proving to be a very vital situation. I feel like he kind of like interrupts his dash attack when he notices his teammates in a lot of trouble. He kind of just defends ZartZu there with the dash attack, sneaks off the kills. That move does kill kind of early if you let it land.
Absolutely, and oh my gosh, all of this pressure, look at all that pressure, able to get that down A into the up smash, the classic, and that's going to be Mr. R's second stock gone. Unlikely, but doable. They have to hammer it to Sisqui, they have to even up this damage, and they need to get that stock off of him.
That foresight was so crucial for Mr. R. He was in a lot of trouble, actually. But still, look at Kekkeri on the right, doing a lot of work to Mr. R again, keeping that pressure up. And god damn, on the left side even, we got Sisqui taking the ZartZu off the damn top. God damn, watch your head.
What a follow-up. And yeah, even up B now, you press that move, you hit an enemy opponent, and then all of a sudden you still end up getting punished. F-throw, nothing is safe. What a drag down. Kekkeri probably thinking, hey, I'm gonna get, you know, put into a stage spike situation. I'm gonna tech that. Nope.
I didn't know if he meant to drag down, but either way, that was a really good option from Sisqui, definitely.
It's Samus.
Kind of just took him away.
Yeah, that's good. Just to be able to put him down with you. And, you know, if you didn't tend to hit it and you didn't actually make that happen, that's just Samus. That's just Samus multi-hits.
W's a W, bro. W's a W.
Yeah, so pretty close for this game. I just feel like towards the end, Sisqui and Mr. R just overall, they had a little bit more like lethality. They were able to really like combo off of one another, and just to be able to like close out stocks that way, they just felt a little bit more consistent at the end.
Yeah, I think they were kind of like easing their way into the game and just trying to understand what ZartZu and Kekkeri were kind of doing. But once they figured out, I feel like they were just proving that consistency. Like I said before, like that ledge play that game plan they were doing was super effective. But it's just that when ZartZu had these Wonder Wing kills, or when Kekkeri had these dash attack kills out of nowhere, kind of catching Sisqui and Mr. R from like surprise, I guess. They weren't really ready for that, but you know, like we said, that last stock situation, they were just the better players in that moment. Maybe due to, you know, they've done it before, experience, or regardless, they just proved to be effective in that case.
Yeah, and with that being said, we're going to be jumping into game number 2, so definitely doable for both teams still. It is, again, Mr. R and Sisqui that are in the game lead right now. The question is if they're going to be able to keep it up all the way through. They had a lot of 1-2 piece follow-ups off of one another. They were able to get a lot of like good combos off of one another.
Yeah, they look
but
polished.
ZartZu and Kekkeri on their own were still pretty potent and good at finding their own stocks. They each carried their own weight pretty efficiently.
Yeah, I can see why they're in this position to make top 8. You know, they've been playing super well. Or if this is top 8, actually, it's winning semis. So I think this is top 8.
No, not quite. I think this is still in the bracket portion itself to be able to make it into top 8.
Right.
But right now, Kekkeri making it back onto the stage, going to be eating an up tilt. And yet again, it's going to be Sisqui and Mr. R, the ones that have a very gentle lead right now. But Kekkeri with that huge F smash, hitting both of them.
I'm telling you, I think Link's pretty good in doubles. Given the big hitboxes, he can kind of swing out kind of safely in a way, Matter, because he can be protected by ZartZu's projectiles. But regardless, proven to be very effective right there, causing Sisqui and Mr. R a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah, right now, going to be looking for like that drag down F forward, maybe looking for like a forward grab like that, able to get that F to go off of that, holding, waiting, and
Oh,
the follow-up, that was so clean.
That was the weight, like you said, that was so good. I thought he killed both of them, but still, Sisqui losing the stock right there, and that's a lot of trouble for the blue team. A lot of trouble.
But then also a lot of trouble for the red team as well. ZartZu has to make it back 133%. But you know what? Mr. Sisqui said, hey, we're not going to rush this. We're just going to go ahead and focus on Link, get a bit of damage off, and oh my god, Sisqui up B. I feel like that's failed more times at this point than...
It doesn't matter how much, if it fails, if it connects, he's still going to go for that.
Oh yeah.
I can hear the Spanish crowd at home already chanting "Sue" whenever he misses that. There's a reason why he will keep doing it. But regardless, red team in a decent, comfortable position at the moment. That Banjo pretty healthy with percent-wise. And again, Sisqui's just going to get these fares, keeping them off stage, keeping the pressure on.
That's right. Going to be going out there, jumping, but then just says, hey, I'm going to go help out my teammate. That was such a good decision from ZartZu to not give up on Kekkeri, but then still says, hey, I still got a beating for my own teammate. Going to be hitting him with Wonder Wing, a little bit unfortunate friendly fire. And oh man, Sisqui and Mr. R, they are picking up with ZartZu and Kekkeri dropping the ball a bit.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, even though it's feathers, he's letting these Wonder Wings fly. Absolutely. He's not taking any chance. Look at him right there, bro. It doesn't matter. Just wants to get them out and just keep that pressure on them. Show them that, I've got this option in the back. You need to watch out for it. But on the right side, there's so much happening at the moment. Sisqui in so much trouble. Look at the percent.
Because Sisqui wanted it all. He wanted to be able to get that spike. He wants to be able to get that stock off. And I love the fact that he didn't fully follow up on that F smash. He was like, this isn't worth it. I'm going to get punished for it. I'm just going to hold on to my stocks and keep it nice and safe.
Oh!
And lands right into the neutral B. This isn't looking good.
They started off so strong, but I feel like you said, Mr. R and Sisqui didn't panic, kept to the game plan, kept the consistency, and they're proving why with that experience. Look at the lead now. Completely vanished.
And Kekkeri's going for these big plays, wants that Link spike, but Wonder Wing is going to come in. It's going to even up those stocks, but the only thing that's not even at this point is that damage. You have to play back. You have to play safe. And if anybody can get those stocks, it is Aegis.
Yeah, bro. Kekkeri's definitely got to stay back. He's got to hang back, prove the backline. But oh my god, that DI deserved the Kek from me for sure. Lord.
That was a directional air dodge, and I actually think towards the right side as well. So a little bit unfortunate, and now it's a 2v1. Now it's time to get those, training room combos. It's time to make some clips.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret to me about Banjo. I've got one of the best Banjos in the UK if they still play them in our BBs. But for sure, definitely has to tap into something because he's not this is what I mean. This is the game plan. Mr. R hangs back with the frame data, and you got Sisqui charging stuff with the ledge. You can't pass. Yeah, you shall not pass, honestly. And, couldn't really deal with that. That was such a sad way to lose that second game, though. They started off so strong.
But think about how awful that situation is, especially at the end, because the whole point of sitting at roll distance is you're looking for two kinds of coverage. Number one, of course, the most obvious one, rolling back onto the stage. The second one, the one that's not nearly as obvious, is if you get up attack, it's okay if you hit the teammate because you're stuck in hit lag. You have a huge amount of end lag on that animation. Mr. R can still rush in and punish you with like a pivot cancel F tilt. With honestly anything that he chooses, he has plenty of time. Whereas Samus, able to cover the neutral get up and able to cover the jumps. Basically, you have to hope that they mess up because if they're playing well, that is not a position that they mess up from at all.
That's just such a scary situation to be in. Like people already say this. Samus in singles on the ledge is one of the scariest characters to deal with because they have an option for every thing that you can do. So the fact that they also have a second layer with Mr. R just being there just for fun, just to hang around, it can be super hard to just deal with. Just that presence of Mr. R with Aegis in itself is just so hard to just deal with in general.
Just menacing vibes all around. Yeah, he's just standing there, just like, yeah, do it, roll into me, idiot. And then it's going to be an F tilt. So that being said, Mr. R and Sisqui moving on, I believe, into the top 8 now officially. Really good stuff to them. They're playing well, they're playing solid, they're playing tight.
Super solid, honestly.
So, that's already 2 teams filled out of the top 8. There's going to be a couple more coming our way soon. So we just have to wait for those matches to transpire. I'm going to take a look to see